Kia ora te whānau. Hope you guys are having an amazing, incredible week. I hope your weekend was spent rested and you're ready to smash out another incredible week with intent and purpose. I know I am. It has been a massive week, and as you can tell, once again, I'm in my really flash office in the car. Always doing things on the go, and you know what? Always having that solution-focused mindset and mentality, and practicing the art of always showing up. So sometimes it puts me in positions like being in my car. So guys, I have had an amazing week, and one thing that you guys might not realize or know about me is that I always ask the universe for guidance as to what I should talk about for real talk. And I'll say to the universe, what is something that my mamas need to hear right now? What is something that they're going to take value from and extract from this call? And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a story. It's just a quick one, but I will get to my point at the end of it. So this week, my sister-in-law, she had signed up to a program. It's sort of similar to Paulway. Has training and leadership skills and all those sorts of things, all those sorts of really amazing things. But she called this week to inform me that her coach had dropped a bit of a bomb on their team surrounding her mental illness, and she sort of shed some light on that for them, which is absolutely fine. But my sister-in-law went forward to say that the video was quite deep, and it got to the point where she sort of shed light that she wasn't really wanting to live anymore, and she had thoughts of that, and which for anybody is really, really deep to hear. And we send her nothing but love and positive energy, and we hope that she gets better. And I just want you guys to know that when you get into a state that's so deep like that, you are actually vibrating at the lowest frequency, lower than grief. Okay, you are vibrating at the lowest frequency there is, and we send her much love and aroha and strength to get through these times, and I know she will. But the whole point of me sharing this story with you guys is that I want you to know that you are not your thoughts, okay? It's really important that we make this really, really clear. You are not your thoughts. Anybody who is facing any adversity and they're not vibrating at a high frequency needs to know that you are not your thoughts, because that's all it is a thought, okay? And this is why I wanted to have this talk with you guys, because no matter what you're going through in life, okay, we can change the way you feel and you think about it, okay? And so today I want to talk about stopping negative self-talk, okay? Or what I like to refer to as the inner critic of the mind, the ego mind, okay? We all have this little voice inside our head that keeps talking away from time to time, or maybe all the time, all right? And unfortunately, this voice is predominantly very, very negative for a lot of us. And I want to share a quote with you guys. Much suffering, much unhappiness arises when you take each thought as it comes into your head as the truth. Okay, Eckhart Tolle. I'm going to say that again. Much suffering and much unhappiness arises when you take each thought as the truth. Okay. Now, you guys might be asking yourself, why do we do this to ourselves, okay? Why do we have negative self-talk? Why does our own mind attack us like this? Why do we continue to attract the things that we don't want in our lives? Why can't we focus on what we really want in our lives? What we really truly desire? And I'm going to give you guys some clarity on why this is, okay? And the answer is that we continue to interact and believe in negative things that our inner critic tells us, our ego mind tells us, okay? But the thing is that we can actually change this, okay? And if you're someone who's suffering by any of the above that I've just talked about, or an unmanaged mind, I really, really recommend that you listen to what I have to say, because when you work out that thoughts are just thoughts and they are not who you are, you get your ultimate power back, okay? Okay, so in order for us to get our minds on the right track, we basically have to know the definition of a thought, okay? And how thoughts interact with our brain, all right? We need to know how things work and why they work. So I'm going to drop some knowledge for you guys right here. Coach has been doing some of her studies, and she, has got some statistics for you. So it is found that on average, we have 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day, okay? 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day. Now, if I was here to ask you, how many of those thoughts do you remember? I guarantee that you'd be like, oh, none. Like, I don't. I barely remember what I had for breakfast, let alone, 12 to 60,000 thoughts, okay? And here's the next part of that. Out of those 12,000, 60,000 thoughts per day, 80% of them were found to be negative, okay? 80% of those 60,000, 12,000 thoughts are found to be negative, and 85 were the exact same repetitive thoughts that you had from yesterday, okay? Now I'm going to ask you again. How many of you guys watching this right now can remember 60 to 12 or 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts a day? I bet every single one of you guys would be like, not me, okay? So a lot of these come from our subconscious mind, and this is going to really open your eyes to how unconscious we are of our inner dialect, okay? Of our ego mind, of our thinking, okay? So this is another little bombshell that I'm going to drop for you guys too, just to really give you that moment on how unconscious we are, is that your conscious mind has already made up its mind 3 seconds before it becomes a thought, okay? 3 seconds before it even becomes a thought. So it's made up its mind 3 seconds before you were even aware that it existed in your mind, okay? So our thoughts are unconscious, okay? These are unconscious thoughts, and thoughts that we're not even aware of, okay? We're pretty clear on that. So our thoughts are unconscious and we're not even aware of them, okay? So basically, thoughts are energy from the mind, okay? Because we know that what we predominantly put our thoughts to is what we attract into our life. And we attract things into our life where we put energy, okay? So where energy goes, emotion flows and things will grow, okay? Where our focus goes, energy goes and things will grow, okay? So thoughts are basically energy from the mind, okay? So this may answer your question above as to why do we attract more of what we don't want into our life than what we do want into our life, okay? But remember now, your mind is not the brain, okay? The mind is all around us, okay? The mind is the entire universe, okay? The mind is collective consciousness, okay? I'm going to say that again. The mind is collective consciousness, okay? I want you to remember consciousness, okay? Your brain interprets information from the collective consciousness, all right? Now, why am I saying all of this to you guys? Well, because a lot of thoughts that you have are not your thoughts, okay? They are actually influenced by your environment. They are thoughts that you've picked up from the past, from past experiences. They are thoughts that memories hold on to, okay? And this negative self-talk that bombards your mind, that you interact with on a daily, you identify these thoughts as yourself, okay? You identify these thoughts that you have on a daily basis as who you are, okay? I'm hopeless, okay? You have a thought of being hopeless, not good enough, not lovable, overweight, old, washed up, whatever it might be, okay? So why do we identify these thoughts as ourselves, okay? Well, it's because of this, guys. The primary function in your brain, in our brain, in your brain, in my brain, in our brains, it's known as your ego, okay? The lack mind, the egotic mind, okay? Our ego likes to be in control. So it forms an identity, okay? And it uses perception and thought and feelings to create an identity of who it thinks we are, okay? I'm going to say that again. The egotic mind, your ego, it uses its perceptions, it uses perception, it uses thoughts and feelings to create an identity of who it thinks you are, who it thinks I am, okay? So a lot of the thoughts that come into our head is not even ours, okay? It's not even yours, all right? So what is the key to stopping negative self-talk? The first step is you have to become aware, okay? Take a step back and become the witness of your thoughts and feelings. And I said this to you guys not last week, the week before, okay? Become the witness of your thoughts and feelings. Become aware, okay? The second step is remember that the thought is not you, okay? The thought is not you, all right? The I'm not good enough, I'm old, I'm washed up, I'm sore, I'm lonely, I'm not lovable, I'm whatever it might be. The thought is not you. I cannot stress that enough, okay? So let me repeat this to you guys again. The first step, become aware of negative self-talk or negative thought, okay? Be like, ooh, there you are, okay? That wasn't very nice, that wasn't supportive. Second step, do not take it personal, okay? The thought is not you. I can't stress that enough to you, okay? So this is how it works. The thought comes into our pinati. The thought comes in. Your brain interprets it. And then the brain says, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. But you, through your ego, you make it personal, okay? And you start to accept this as the truth. A great example of this is that, you know, something might happen. Someone might make a comment, okay? And it might make the thought comes into your head that you're not lovable. And then you start to believe that you are not lovable. The ego is like, yes, okay, let's do this. You're not lovable. They just showed you you're not lovable. Or you can't do this because of something that someone said, okay? That thought, it is not you. But what happens is that your ego, it takes it in and it makes it your identity, okay? And you will act accordingly. And I know that every single one of us watching this right now can say that we are guilty of being influenced by thought, okay? Now here's the important part that I really want you to get, okay? All of this is important, but this is the important part that I want you to get. When a thought comes in, become aware of the thought, okay? This part here, this actually really saved me from my anxiety and my depression, okay? When a thought comes in, become aware of the thought. And then simply ask yourself this question, okay? Is this thought moving me towards what I want in life? Or is this thought moving me towards my desires, okay? Is this thought moving me towards what I want in life? Or is this thought moving me towards my desires, okay? Because we're deliberate creators here on Paul Wire, okay? So everything we do is with intent and purpose, okay? The second thing is, once you've asked, is it moving me towards my desires and what I want in life, or is this taking me away from what I want, okay? So is it moving me forward or is it taking me away, all right? By asking these important questions, you become free from your ego, okay? Now you have to become your true self. And because of this, you have now become a deliberate creator, okay? So when you ask yourself these questions, is this moving me towards where I want to go, or is it moving me away? By asking yourself these important questions, you become free of your ego, okay? By freeing yourself from your ego, you become your true self, okay? And then you really experience what it's like to be a deliberate creator, okay? So when a negative thought comes in, ask yourself, is this thought moving me towards what I want in life? If the answer is no, then basically throw it away, okay? Basically, I want you to say, hey, thought, thanks for popping in. Thanks for visiting me. But you know what? This isn't moving me towards my heart's desire. It's not moving me towards what I want. So I no longer need you. You serve me no purpose, thought. Kakits peeps. Okay. See you later. Okay. And I know this may sound really silly, okay, but I've said to you guys a while ago, you have to get into the habit of telling your mind, your brain, your mind, everything, what you want instead of listening to it, okay? Because we have unmanaged minds. And when you get into the habit of doing this, it is truly powerful. It will change your life. I promise you, it would absolutely change your life, okay? When I release that negative thought, I can take full control of my mind now, okay? When I notice that negative, unsupportive thought and I say, okay, thank you, I see you, I acknowledge you, see you later, bye. I'm like, I'm free, okay? And I can start to take control of my life because remember, we have 60 to 12,000 thoughts a day. And 80% of those are negative and 95% are repetitive thoughts from yesterday. Okay, so how many thoughts are you really in control of? Okay. How many thoughts are you really in control of? Okay. I will choose a thought or something else to make me feel good as well. Okay. So I'll switch it. You can't just get rid of the thought and not replace it with something. You have to replace it with something. Okay. You have to remember that billions and trillions of cells that are operating in our brains, they're listening to you 24/7, okay? This is why our environment is very, very important. This is why the music we listen to is very important. The TV we watch, the things that we read, the people we speak to is very important because it will have an impression on your subconscious mind, okay? Now, I want you guys to know you are the controller, okay? If you say today it's going to be a great day, today I'm going to manifest $100 in sales, or I'm going to find it, it's going to come to me in a check, your brain cells will believe that, okay? It will begin to create the thought in the subconscious mind, okay? It is really that simple. So you can choose what it is that you want. You are a deliberate creator, okay? And your superpower is being in control of that mind. So no matter what it is that you want in life, you can have it when you start being a deliberate creator, a deliberate thinker, and you start being more aware of these thoughts, okay? It is really that simple. And when a thought comes in, if it is not aligned with what you want, don't take it personal. But tell the thought, you are not me. You do not serve me or move me towards the direction of my desires, okay? Tell that thought, you are not me. I do not believe what you're trying to tell me right now, okay? I am worth it. I am amazing. I am whatever it might be, okay? Tell them you are not me if that thought does not serve you or move you in the direction of your desires, okay? But here's the key to this. Listen to this really, really carefully, okay? Here's the key. You have to use your outer voice to engage with the mind, okay? Don't speak within your head, okay? Don't be like, I know, trying to tell yourself off in your head. You really need to say it out loud. And this is something that I used to do a lot. I used to be like, if you have to use something really abrupt that you're like, hey, that really wakes you up, do it. If you have to use the F-bomb and be like, you know what? F off. You don't serve me, thought. Go away. Do it. And I actually had to do that for a really, really long time until I got better control of my mind, okay? Because when you just say it in your head, it's not going to work, all right? Because when you use your inner voice, that's the inner critic, okay? That's your ego, all right? You have to start using your outer voice to be very in control, be demanding, and to really shock yourself, all right? And this is where the true power lies. And you guys might feel like crazy people, but I'm telling you, it works, okay? It engages your mind when you use your outer voice, okay? It creates attention, and when you hear it, it resonates more, okay? And your mind will start to act accordingly to this, okay? Yes, I know coach is making you guys crazy people, but hey, it's taken me 8 years to work this out, and it works, okay? It takes understanding, it takes awareness, okay? And it takes an ability to understand what a thought is for us to change it, okay? So remember, a thought is energy that's created from the collective consciousness, okay? And not all thoughts are you, all right? They are thoughts you pick up on, okay? So don't take them personally. You are not your thoughts. Only accept the thoughts that resonate with you, all right? If a thought is in line with what you want, accept it. Let it come in, be a part of you. But if a thought isn't in line with what you want, then just let it go. Tell it where to go. Use your outer voice, tell it off, okay? Because you do not want that negative thought to become a part of you. And that's why a lot of us continue to get what we've always wanted, okay? So remember, you are a decision maker, okay? You make the choices. You are the controller of your thoughts, okay? You are a deliberate creator, okay? You are a deliberate creator. You get to choose what you want to feel and see and have in your life, okay? For this to become a part of your journey, guys, a part of your life, a habit, it takes repetition. So you have to do this all the time, okay? It takes daily, hourly practices, okay? You have to become disciplined and engaged. And once you start to do this, you will see things starting to shift. I promise you, you will see things to shift, okay? Massive change happens. Massive change will happen in your life when you start to apply these things, because you have become now an observer and a controller, okay? Most of us are just floating through life on autopilot, which means so is our mind, okay? But when you start to apply these rules to your life, you become an observer and a controller, okay? And awareness is blissful, I'm telling you right now. So to realize that you are not your thoughts is when you begin to awaken spiritually, guys. It really does, okay? To realize that you are not your thoughts is when you awaken spiritually, okay? It's like you take a step out of yourself and you start looking in on yourself like, wow, did I really think like that? Is that really controlling my life? Do I react like that? Okay? This is really awakening. I'm telling you guys, this is really awakening. Okay, so remember, thoughts also carry vibrational frequency, and we know how important that is for us to manifest and attract what we want in life, okay? And it's the vibration frequency that actually creates your reality, okay? Everything vibrates at a certain frequency. We know this, okay? And depending on the frequency of your thoughts and your feelings, this will determine what you attract or what you experience, So think about this. If you start to consciously choose to become aware of your thoughts and you begin to move the negative and accept only thoughts that move you in the direction that you want and you desire in life, what is going to happen in your life? Okay? The positive thoughts of your desires that you control, okay? The positive thoughts of your desires that you control will actually become your reality, okay? Now, why is this? Because where your focus goes, your attention goes, and things will grow, okay? It will create your reality. Let me repeat that. Where your focus goes, your energy flows, and things will grow, which will create your reality, okay? So now that you know how energy and negative self-talk works, and you now know how to remove it from your life, I think you're going to really understand how asleep we can be, okay? How asleep we can be, and the true power of awakening the thought and being aware of the thought. And now that you are becoming a deliberate creator, I think you're really going to start to see how beautiful and amazing life is, and how in control you actually really can be. Whether it's positive or whether it's negative, you chose that, okay? Because as we know now, where our thoughts are is what we create and what we bring into our life, okay? But remember this, you are not your thoughts, okay? So before Coach goes off on a massive rampage and fluffs around, these are some of the key focus points of today's talk, okay? Here is the process of removing negative self-talk, okay? Become consciously aware of your thoughts, whether negative or positive, okay? Become consciously aware of your thoughts, whether negative or positive. Number 2, do not take it personal. Remember, a thought is not you, okay? Your thoughts are not you. And number 3, when you finally become aware of your thoughts and you become and you begin to remove negative and accept only the thoughts that move you towards your desires and what you want in life, you become a deliberate creator. Okay? All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope I didn't fluff around too much, but I really, really wanted to give each and every one of you guys the knowledge that I know about thinking and how the thought process works. And I just wanted to remind you that you are not your thoughts. So no matter what is going up in our pinati and, you know, what you think might be what's happening, you can actually choose to change that. You can choose what you want to feel. You can choose what you want to think, okay? And remember, don't use your inner voice. Use your outer voice to tell it where to go if it does not help you move in the direction that you wish to move in. Okay, my beautiful manifesting queens, on that note, I want to send you all much love and light. I also want to remind you, in case nobody has told you today, that I believe in your ability to shift your mindset to become the very, very best version of yourself, okay? All right, have an amazing day. Love and light to you all, and I can't wait to see you guys all next week.